Hey, this is Brigitte. Okay, listen, we're going to talk about the seasonal seafood processing jobs that happen throughout the year. I didn't know they happened throughout the year, but I can tell you, I still believe that salmon is the money. But Westward Seafoods is hiring in Dutch Harbor, Alaska. So is Unisea in Dutch Harbor, Alaska. Trident will be hiring October the 15th, I believe, or after that. Now, I know that Westward is going to be hiring 900 people. There's no videos or nobody talking about it. It's not going to tell you that it's not labor intensive. You'll be working 12 to 16 hours, January, February, March, April. They have a 4 month contract. Unisea has a 6 month contract. They pay 100, Westward will pay $150 toward your ticket. You're going to pay $20 a day for your room and your board. They're going to feed you 3 meals a day, and they're going to run 24 hours a day. So there's probably somewhere in there around midnight. I would imagine there's a midnight snack, but it doesn't have to be. I don't know. So don't take that, but I do know you get 3 meals a day. And if they're going to run 3 shifts, they're going to have some. They have to have something in there, or you around the it's 6 to 6 and 6 to 6. Those are the shifts. Now, it's labor intensive. As I said, it is about attitude. It is about living together, working together. If you have a felony with domestic violence or drugs, those are felonies they will not accept. They won't accept those felonies right there. Now, as I said, 4 months, Westward Seafoods. You can put my name on the application, Brigitte Kennedy. I have not worked for Westward Seafoods, but I do have experience. And so people have said to me that if you have experience and they know you have somebody that works with experience, they'll take that too. Put my name on there. I don't know that it'll get you in Westward, but at least you know somebody that's been in seafood processing that's telling you about seafood processing. I heard that there was a guy that didn't even work there. He referred 30 people. Their names on the application. So put my name there. I have some experience with the OBI, and I also filled out an application for Westward. I don't know if I'm going yet in January. We shall see. If I go, it will be because I want to experience what it's like to be in the dark like that. What it does to your mental attitude, and it does help that they're paying some money. If they're paying some money, I'm okay. Now, and see, it's going to be cold, though. You have to know it's going to be cold. But put my name on there, Brigitte Kennedy, Bregeet, Kennedy. And for those of you who want to do that salmon processing, then that happens with OBI in the summertime. They start taking applications in February. But for those that want to do some winter work and see what it is, it's an experience. It's an experience. You can work differently. If you can work 4 months out of the year, I don't have to work for the rest of the year, then work differently. If I could have worked that differently as a youngster, I would have. This is just another opportunity that I can share. I'm telling you, tell folks that you know they're accepting applications right now. You do have to have a COVID card. It doesn't matter what year it's from or when it's done, but you do have to have a COVID card. And as I said, you have to get yourself to Seattle. They'll get you from Seattle to Dutch Harbor. They're going to pay $150 on your first paycheck. And then when you leave, if you've completed the contract, they'll give you another $150 to help you get back. Now, you're going to be making money. If you're working 12 to 16 hours, you're going to be making some money. That's what I can tell you. And that's what, at anywhere from $18 to $23 an hour. I'm not sure what that pay is for all those companies is yet. When I get the contract back and I see it, then I'll be able to tell you for sure, but it's got to be somewhere in there going to keep up with where everybody else is, right? So it's a different way to work, and it's worth an experience. You may not like it, but if you don't like it, share it with somebody else. It is standing up 17 hours a day, and I tell you, I want you to share it with as many people as you can. Who knows if they're hiring, if Westward's hiring 900, I would imagine Trident's hiring 900. I would imagine that Unisea, I think they're even bigger. They got to be hiring 1,500, 2,000 people up there. So January to April, or January till, let's see, he said 6 months, June or something like that. But they are harvesting pollock up there. They do the pollock, and we go through a lot of pollock. I can't say that they're working all the time, but they anticipate working all the time, 7 days a week. 7 days a week, 2 shifts, 6 to 6, 6 to 6. That's what you're going to work in, and some overtime if you want it. Now, in Petersburg, Alaska, we're accustomed to working 17 hours a day. So I can tell you that, I might do 60 days of it if I go or something like that. But it's either it's not mandatory overtime when they have it. It's voluntary or either mandatory. But if they're working 2 shifts, that means that they have enough work. Now, you're not going to get chosen for overtime if it is that you don't have a right attitude or work attitude. If you don't come to work on your own shift, nobody's going to bring you in to work another shift. But if you want to work, you got a good attitude, you got a good work ethic, and that's something you want to try, give it a try. 4 months. I tell people about salmon season, 2 months. Now, this wasn't a particularly good salmon season, but we still made money. And if you are, as I said, in the off seasons, it's the off season between crab season. It's the first time I've stayed for that. And you have to have your budget in line. This is about budgeting, keeping yourself in line. And because the seasons differ. You might have a good season, bad season, good season, bad season, but you're still going to make money. And most of them are going to give a guarantee anyway. It's a different way to work. If you can work 4 months out of the year, not to work for the rest of the year, that's a different way to work. If you can work during salmon season and work them 3 months, and you don't have to work for the rest of the year, that's a different way to work. And yes, you can make that much money. Lots of couples. I was on an interview yesterday with Westward Seafoods, and there were 2 sets of couples there. They have some couple housing. You must be married, so you have to show your marriage certificate. And I'm trying to talk my wife into us going because I don't know that I want to go without my wife. But I might go to experience it. If she's going, I certainly will be going. But if she's not, I got a question mark. But lots of couples there. And just imagine, let's say in them 4 months, they're going to make 8 to 10 grand a month per person. That's 20 grand a month for the couple. 24, that's 60 grand. That's 60 to 80 grand in that 4 months of time. Or more. That's at a minimum. That's or more. If you can work differently 4 months and you're off the rest of the year, you're making some money to do that. I'm not sure. You give it a try. Maybe you like it, maybe you won't, but give it a try, okay? So anyway, that's Westward Seafoods. They are hiring right now. Interviews on the spot. You gotta get your paperwork in. You have to have a COVID card that says you've been COVID tested. They are going to drug test, and they are drug testing for marijuana. Yes, they are. So even if you have to get yourself clean, you've got between now and they said January 1st. So it takes 6 weeks to get it out or whatever you're going to do, but they are testing for marijuana. Felonies, if you have some domestic violence or drug charge, they're not taking that. And why would that be? Alaska is a free state, yes, but it means there's just so many people there that the possibility of you're selling drugs or doing drugs, they don't want those things on their property. It's a small place. They're not going to say it's okay there. Domestic, we're in man camps. If you have a problem with violence and attitude problem, then that's not going to be a place for you. They do background checks. So know that all those things are in play there, but that's working and there's work here. So, this brings us to, they have more work than, in the United States, we got more work than anybody could ever dream of. If you want to work, you can work. I'm going to tell you that. So when they talk about this person, this nationality of people are taking your jobs, or this nationality is taking your jobs, or these are this particular jobs, none of those things are true. There's enough work, there's enough room everywhere for everybody here. I'm so glad I live in the United States of America. There's enough room for everybody. Share the information. If it's not for you, it might be for somebody else. But, there's a different way to work. There's a different way to live. And I'm 64. Had I known that it was a different way to do it, I wouldn't have been doing it differently because they just start paying money. I'm going to say I'm a union girl. They just start paying some money. They're not union, no, but they did just start paying money last year. I can attest to that because my wife been working for 5 years, but but they weren't really paying any money, and they weren't working like we work at this point in time either. So it's okay. She had to wait on me to retire. But this is season A, and starts in January, February, March, April. Westward Seafoods, Uniseaf Seafoods, Trident Seafoods. Those are the ones I know in Dutch Harbor. There could be some more. Westward will pay $150 towards your ticket to get to Seattle. And then they go from Seattle to Dutch Harbor. You do not get, reimbursed for your room and board, which is going to be about $20 a day. They're going to feed you. They're going to house you. The housing situation is three. I think, what do you say? Three, or they're about 3 to 6 people in a room, and the shower in the middle. If you happen to work on the boat, there's a boat that's stationary. It's not going out into the water. It's stationary. They're processing fish out there. They said they have 10 to room there. But other than that, okay, get your apps in. Westward Seafoods, Unicy Seafoods hiring right now. Get your apps in. You might like it, you might not. Yeah. It starts in January after the holiday season. Hey, might work, might not, but give it a try. They're hiring. They're paying some money. It's gonna be anywhere from $18 to $23. Overtime over 8 hours. I like it. I love you.